Hi guys, Nige here, Battleship Overland. We're going on a short little run around today, just in my local area, nothing dramatic for today. I'm going to be using View Ranger mapping to record the route. Bit of a trial, as now the Jeep is fully on the road. About time we started using it and getting out and doing a bit of exploring. So come with me now as we go off and have a little explore around the hills of Lancashire. Well, I made it up onto the hills along an area where I live, an area called Gorple Road, and the road shows us a clear track. It's not a private farm track or anything. There's no notifications for the road being a private thing. And then of course we've hit a thing where a gate has been installed with a padlock on it, so we can't progress any further. Hopefully you can see through the window. I would do some filming outside, but it is absolutely howling, and you wouldn't be able to hear a word I said. You'd just be there, and you'd see me standing there waving my arms around. You wouldn't be able to understand a word that I'm saying. But it's a lovely little green lane. Shame about this gate being across. I'll have to do a bit of digging into that to see why it's got a padlocked gate on it. And it looks like we're going to have to do a tight U-turn, 26-point U-turn, and go back the way we came. So, can't be helped, I suppose. Well, basic essentials, just stopped for a quick little break. Got the coffee going, and of course the must-have chocky. I hope you can hear just how wild it is outside. This lane that I've come up, Gorple Lane, the route that I plotted earlier when I was at home would have been a fantastic route. It takes you up over the hills near where I live, right up onto the top of the moors and the hills, down alongside a couple of reservoirs, you know, so it would have been an absolutely beautiful drive. But like I say, encountered the locked gate for some reason, padlocked gate. No idea why that's there at all. From what I can see from the maps, this is a public track. There shouldn't be a padlocked gate across there, so I will see if I can do a bit of digging into that and find out why. But obviously can't do any filming outside. I'm just going to be quiet for a second and hopefully you can hear just how wild it is. Can you hear that? So what I'm going to do now, I'm just revamping things a little bit. The weather forecast for today as well is terrible. High winds, sleet and snow showers. Excuse me. I've got a raging cold, as you might be able to hear, but I just didn't want to stay at home today on one of the rare days off work that I get. I wanted to be out here doing a bit of exploring, having a look around, and trying to see, you know, trying to bring you guys some of the British equivalent of overlanding, which is nowhere as dramatic a scenery as what our American friends and Canadian friends and South African friends and New Zealand friends and Australia and all the rest of them have. But it's what we have to play with here in the UK. And you've got to get out and you've got to enjoy the countryside a bit, and if doing it in a 4x4 is the way to go, then, you know, get out and do it. I'm just going to spin you around and kind of show you the view, just a little bit of the view from what you can see from up here anyway. This is Gorple Lane. That's where I've just driven up to the hill further up and what have you. And down below is Burnley, where I live, and sort of just looking around off to the other side. Again, apologies for shooting through the windows of the Jeep, but there's just no other way that we can do it today. Over there, disappearing into what looks like either a rain squall or a snow squall coming in, could be either, is Pendle Hill. We do have snow on the tops of the higher hills. If I pan off to the left there, you should be able to see the hill over there with snow on it and what have you. So the snow is coming, and I don't really want to be up here if it comes down. We tend not to get a great deal of snow anyway in the UK, but it can come down quite hard on the tops of some of the hills. You know, so I don't really want to be up here if it does start coming down too bad. I'm not planning on being up here, and as you can see, I'm not exactly in the middle of nowhere in the UK for being away from civilization, as it were. I'm only about a mile away from the town, if that. But that's Gorple Road, which unfortunately on the maps looks really good and could be a really nice drive, but due to whatever reason has a locked gate, padlocked gate across it, which obviously you can't get a vehicle through. And here we are again. We're at Hurstwood now, the car park at Hurstwood, and as you can see, the weather has come in, the sleet and snow has started, and also once again we're at the dreaded locked gate situation. If I spin you around to look out through the side window, you'll see over there yet another lane that is marked on maps as being open to the public, and when you actually get here, I'm using View Ranger mapping, and yet when you get here you have a locked gate, a padlocked gate. So, you know, yet again it seems you're okay to walk up there, but in terms of taking any vehicle anywhere other than the main road, sorry, we're fogging up, aren't we? It seems like they don't want people getting the vehicles up into the hills. So yet again, plan B has now been scotched as well. And we've also got, it's funny because we've got a similar situation here. Anywhere that you want to get to towards the local reservoirs and what have you, that was a track that goes up to a farm and to Cant Clough Reservoir, as it's called. If I spin you back over this way to look dead ahead, where the blue sign is there, the gate next to the blue sign, again according to View Ranger mapping, that is a completely free access, open to all track that takes you down to Hurstwood Reservoir. And yet again, you can walk up there, but you can't take a car anywhere near it. So I don't quite know what to do at the moment. I'm going to have to kind of sit down and reevaluate stuff and see what we're going to do. Not quite sure what I'm going to do at the moment. There's some great tracks that go up over the hills again, but yet again, not sure whether we're going to be able to get to these tracks or whether they're all going to be closed off with gates and people claiming ownership. And this is one of the things that I hate about living in the UK. Everywhere you go, someone has claimed ownership of land, blocked it off with farm gates, and you can't get anywhere. It's horrible and I absolutely hate it. So we're here facing the other way now. I'm just going to do a little bit of driving and get you a bit of a look at basically just what the countryside is like around here. The weather being like it is, as I said, it's absolutely horrendous today, blowing a gale. If we went outside at all, you just would not hear anything I was trying to say to you. So we'll just do a little bit of driving along and enjoy the route, basically. I'm not going to talk masses and just waffle on. I'll just chip in with little points of information, and if anybody that watches this video, if you see anything that sparks your interest, just note the time index and give me a shout, and I'll come back and have another look for you, see if we can work out what it is. probably see that little hail shower, snow shower that we just had has just left just a little bit of icy slush on the roads. But that was literally a 5-minute downpour, if that. So you can imagine what these roads get like when sustained snow comes down for any length of time, as it often does up here in winter. It's very often we get the snow up here on the hills, and where I live down in Burnley, there is nothing down in the town centre at all. But up here on the hills, it can get a bit dicey for people who live up here getting in and out of their homes.
didn't get to see that little sign there, we're coming into Overtown now. Because some of these villages around here are really beautiful places. They're many hundreds of years old. A lot of the houses and properties in these places are well over 400 or 500 years old. I'm just letting a van go past. He's getting a bit anxious to be past me. And then a car as well. We're dropping down to the bottom of this little valley here, and then southward bottom as it's called, and then I'll be doing a bit of a right turn to head back towards Burnley. I'm getting a bit low on fuel. I didn't bother topping up before I came out because I knew I wasn't actually going very far. And I've got a bit of editing to do on this video when I get home, so I'm going to I'll leave the GoPro rolling, and if you want to enjoy the drive with me, you're more than welcome. Your company is always appreciated, as are your likes and subscribes. Please do like the videos. It just gives me a bit of encouragement to do them if I know people are enjoying what I'm doing. We are a brand new channel. We've actually been set up for about 10 months, a year, but in a lot of that time I didn't have the time and resources to be able to do anything. The Jeep wasn't on the road, as you might have seen in a couple of the other earlier videos. Coming into Walk Mill now. So the Jeep wasn't on the road, and I didn't have the obviously resources to be able to get her on the road as quickly as I wanted to, but now she is. This is a learning curve. If people have got suggestions for what you would like to see in the videos, bang them in the comments. Please do leave comments and likes and subscribes. Station. Should have brought some money with me, could have topped up. Mind you, a bit cheaper in town. Daffodils out, sign of spring at last. It's March 10th 2019 today, so hopefully we're coming into spring and summer isn't far away. Approaching Burnley now, so the scenery, as you'll see, will change from hills and countryside to town, and it's not very interesting, isn't this, really? So I'm going to stop this video just about here somewhere. So I hope you've enjoyed it, found it interesting, and leave me a comment.